Hi Pisces, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your January 2020 full moon reading for you. Now, this full moon will last, well, the energy of this full moon will last from January 10th to February 9th, from full moon to full moon. And what is so beautiful about this full moon is that it is a full moon eclipse. So the energy around this moon is going to be amplified. And another really beautiful thing is that this full moon is coming on the tail of the last new moon of 2019, which was also an eclipse. It was a new moon eclipse. So this is absolutely exquisite. The energy around this moon is amazing. So let's dive right into it, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus, and see what this moon has in store for you. I'm going to be moving your spirit guide animal cards over to the side. And then I'm going to be moving your Moonology cards and your Queen of the Moon over to the side, and I will be layering these on top of the tarot at the end to give Luna, the moon, just a real beautiful voice. It really lets her speak for herself and show you how things are correlating and how things are coming together. It's really quite lovely. And so let's take the tarot cards and now see what Spirit says the moon has in store for you. So let's see now. How will Pisces be affected by the January 2020 full moon? How will Pisces be affected by the January 2020 full moon? How will Pisces be affected by the January 2020 full moon? How will Pisces be affected by the January 2020 full moon? How will Pisces be affected by the January 2020 full moon? How will Pisces be affected by the January 2020 full moon? How will Pisces be affected by the January 2020 full moon? Oh, goodness. One more time. There we go. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. At the center of everything is the Hermit. Now, this is a Virgo energy and a time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd. Then you are crowned by the sun. Oh, Pisces, that's beautiful. And then you have the King of Wands, a fire sign energy, in Aries, a Leo, a Sagittarius. The Six of Cups. The Four of Pentacles is at your root, okay? The Five of Pentacles. And then the Death card. Oh, okay. Okay. We have the Knight of Cups. That's you shining through as a knight, as a defender, and the light is really, the sun is really moving you towards your happy place, towards a sense of contentment. You have the High Priestess, and then you have the Fool. I love that all your clarifying cards over here, your head, your heart, and your roots are all major arcana cards, and that is exquisite, astoundingly powerful. And, you know, only one of, in your main reading isn't a major arcana. So this is a very powerful time for you. And this is a time of release. So let's talk about the moon that we have set up right here. And this moon is in Cancer, okay? It is a full moon. Of course, it is also a full moon eclipse, which again means the power is amplified. And this moon is all about power. The Queen of the Moon shows the full moon being about power, but there is also a strong connection to the sacred feminine, to the embodiment of the feminine, of, you know, the cycles of the moon. You will feel yourself, Pisces, being very affected by the cycles of the moon. If you have a calendar that, you know, kind of maps the moon cycles, or, you know, if you get a calendar that maps the moon cycles, that's going to be very important to you. I would definitely take note of that. Take note of when things are changing, because you are going to feel that change within you and feel a pull towards something unknown, because this full moon is also about forgotten memories, and it's about forgotten plans, forgotten ideals, forgotten power really coming forward here. And it doesn't have to just mean forgotten power in the here and now, about your life right now. It is also the forgotten power over time. And with the sacred feminine being so strong within this reading, that makes perfect sense, because the sacred feminine is a forgotten power, a power that people haven't really focused on very, very much. And it can also be kind of a a sense of taking a power and making it into something distasteful. Because in rabbinic teachings, and nothing against rabbinic teachings at all, but Lilith is considered to be the first woman, because in Genesis, and not to get too religious on everybody, but in Genesis, in chapter 1, it says that God created man and woman, he created them in their image and likeness. So there's the first creation story, and then the second creation story is with Adam and the rib. So here, that was explained by the first woman being Lilith, and then Lilith saying, no, I will not be subservient to man, I will not follow what I am told to do, and I want to be my own self. She leaves the Garden of Eden, and she becomes a demon. So it can be that you are embracing, and it is that you are embracing a power that either in a past life or in your ancestral line, in your DNA, was considered wrong. And now as you step into this power, as you step into this truth, you surrender to the divine, and you are born from this flower, because I see very much the black around her being a calla lily opening up to reveal the sacred feminine, right? Which is very beautiful with Lilith. And lilies also represent majesty, they represent purity, and there is a sense of falling towards your majesty with a purity of soul. You're also hungry for something. You're hungry for a change. Your soul is calling towards something more. So hunger here, this is the moon the moon is the wolf moon. And so this is called a wolf moon because back in olden times, this was a time where wolves would start going hungry because, prey was scarce. And you would hear them howling. You would hear the wolves at night. So this is called a wolf moon, and it is calling towards your hunger, what you are desiring. And this is also saying, with the full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches a resolution. Something personally that you have been battling with over this time reaches a resolution, comes into focus, and helps lead you forward. So here you are calling towards a greater truth. You are sending your voice out there, and you are going to hear an answer. Your heart is going to be the main way you make decisions. Here, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus, you are going to see that your heart really is at the center of everything, and this is just exquisite for you because you already are a water sign energy. You are ruled by your heart, and with your heart coming forward, oh goodness, of course that had to fall. With your heart coming forward, you actually feel more powerful and more in control. So that is something that is really, really beautiful for you. And then we have the full moon eclipse, which says conclusions are within reach. What you have been reaching for starts to come into alignment. The conclusions of what you want, bigger issues start to fall into place, and you see things starting to align with the void of course. Now, the void of course on this moon is at 6:58 Eastern Standard Time. Do not make any decisions during this time. They will not work out the way you had expected them to. All right? So things will not be working out exactly the way that you had expected if you make a decision during this time. But what I'm also seeing here with you, Pisces, is that this is going to be a more emotional time for you. So I have listed in the description box below all the void of courses from I can speak, from the 10th of January to the 9th of February. And as you embrace this time, kind of step back in meditation, because this is going to be a time of thinking, of contemplating, of embracing your emotions. And as you embrace your emotions, you're going to see that things start to change, that things start to shift, because what you focus on is not going to be always what comes to the forefront during this time. So just be aware of that. And if you can not make any decisions during this time, actually take the whole hour slot. I would highly recommend that for you. Pisces, take the whole hour slot from 6:30 to 7:30 and just make it a time for you, or make it a time of peace or of fun, just where you can have a lot of laughs, because any big decisions that are made or any decisions that are made, they're not going to work out the way that you had planned. There we go. And then we have the new moon in Aquarius. Now this says bring love into the situation. This is going to be so easy for you because it would be harder for you not to bring love into the situation. Your heart is opened. You are moving towards something great. And as you bring love into the situation, because you're very much turning inward, as you say, what does my heart want? Where does my heart need to be? You are going to see that a new start is coming, that there is a new power coming towards you, coming within you. And that's what the new moon brings. It brings a new start, but it brings a new start when looking at things with an open heart towards what you love, towards what you desire. And as you do so, the spirit animals for the month of January are the brown bear spirit and the owl spirit. So with the brown bear spirit, well, with the bear spirit, it's it's the bear spirit and the owl spirit. So here we have the brown bear in the spirit animal oracle cards, and this says, take time out, step back. And why is this so important? Because during this moon, you are going to be planting a seed of intentions within you. It's kind of like a New Year's resolution, but so much more powerful. So you're going to be planting the seed of intentions. You're going to be looking at things, and you're going to be saying, this is what I want. You plant that seed within you, and it starts to grow. You are looking towards a greater truth. And here, I really see this as an acorn. And then after I said that, I was like, oh my gosh, it's a paw print. So not only is this representing a seed, because an acorn, of course, is a seed, but it is also representing you sealing it with the print of your hand. You're saying, I am binding this over my heart to move me forward to what I want and to where I want to be. This is going to be a time, yes, of warmth, but it's a time of incubation. I'm seeing this time for so many people as those baby chick incubators, just a time of warmth and of comfort and of security. And what is happening is that as the shell starts to crack, as you start to move forward, you find yourself releasing the past. You find yourself moving from the dark comfort into the brilliant light. But this is going to be a time of dark comfort. And then as you step back, as you look at things, you see clearly now. With the owl spirit, you see things clearly, and you see what it is that you desire and what it is that you want to create more clearly. This moves you to the otter spirit, which says you are never alone, which is absolutely beautiful because you have one otter here and one otter here, and they are intertwined and they are making a heart. You are never alone. And with never being alone, with your spirit guides being right there with you, with your angels being right there with you, you are protected and you are absolutely loved. And Pisces, you're going to pick up on that love like so quick. It is going to be amazing. Oh, okay, good. I was hoping they didn't fall. And then we move to the Hermit. Now, the Hermit is so apropos for you, Pisces, because the Hermit is about stepping back. The Hermit is about looking inward and looking at your inner light. And that's going to be a huge part of you for this year, because, not for this year, but for this moon, because what we have is we have the Hermit then moving into the High Priestess. Again, the sacred feminine energy coming up, surrounding you. And it's surrounding you in a truth that you've known as a child, this truth of the womb, this truth of your growth, this truth of your evolution, this truth of the waxing and waning and the waxing and the waning of the moon. You are going to see deeper knowledge coming your way. And it's not going to have a face. There's not going to need to be a certain, idea and way to do it, a certain face put on it. This is going to be knowledge that comes to you rather organically, but lives within your mind as you turn inward, as you see what it is that you desire and what it is that you truly want. And as you do so, the light is going to come into your life. The sun is shining on you. There is a beauty. You're looking towards the future. That's what I see with the children here. You're looking towards the future and you're weaving towards the future. Okay, you are creating the threads that will last for an eternity. You really are. And as you do so, you're embracing a truth about yourself. You're embracing a warmth about yourself. You're going into that little, egg incubator. And I'm just remembering, being in school and watching the eggs be put into that incubator and just such a sense of wonder. And that's what's really surrounding me with you with this reading, is there's such a sense of wonder around you. There's such a sense of power, a sense of truth. And as you embrace that power and as you embrace that truth, the Knight of Cups comes in. And the Knight of Cups is is you being able to move forward. Now, do know that with the sun coming in, with these blessings, with this prosperity, with this love coming in, people are going to take you by eyes. They are going to want to see you fall and see you fail. All right? Don't let them have that upper hand, because what they're going to be playing on is your fears. And with your fears, there comes doubt. And you can doubt yourself, as anybody can, Pisces, because you are so sensitive, and I mean that in the best possible way, because you are so sensitive, because you are so caring, because you take others' emotions into consideration, right? Because you are represented by the fish, and you are represented by this sense of love and bounty and swimming in the sea of emotion, okay? Their doubts, their fears will sting you deeply and really make you feel crippled. Do not let that sense, do not let that take away your power, because the sun shines on you and this moon shines on you. So you have the silvery light of the moon, and you have the golden light of the sun leading you forward. You have here just a power around you and a passion around you. And with the night, you have your armor on. I mean, you know the darker side of human nature. You're not a fool. You are just attuned. And that can make life harder, but it makes life actually very beautiful too. At your roots, you have the Four of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles is my Minor Arcana Vampiric Energy card. I don't know why I say Minor Arcana, because it's just my Vampiric Energy card. I don't really have a Major Arcana for a Vampiric Energy card. And this is saying, you know, when I said that people are going to see your blessings and take you by eyes, this is them taking you by eyes. This is them wanting to drain your energy. This is them saying, no, but I need. And you have the gold and you have the wealth here, and you feel as if you have to protect it, but you don't feel as if you are on steady ground. And when you feel like you're not on steady ground, you feel overwhelmed. All right? So here, there is a sense of having a foundation, of knowing a truth, but do not let others knock you off your path. Here, there is a sense of, there is a sense of needing to recalibrate your energy, realign yourself with what you truly want. Because the vampiric energy, I always see it as coming in, and I see it being kind of like vines coming in towards you. All right, you could say tentacles if you wanted to be really gross, and I see it as sewer sludge. I see it just as these veins of sewer sludge coming into your body, coming into yourself. And it's surrounded by this beautiful, glorious, golden, silvery light of the moon and of the sun, but also of creation itself coming into you. And you can also see those as 1,000 little strands, kind of like a weaving around you. And then you just have these gross, sewer sludge weavings, threads come in. Envision your angels or your spirit guide, whomever it is that you want it to be, taking a flaming sword and twirling that flaming sword in their hand. Why? Because it's cool. All right? It's just a beautiful image. And then they take that sword and they slice through, because they have gained momentum. They slice through the negativity. They slice through the hardships. Not the hardships so much. Yeah, the drain of other people's hardships and pain, but also your own hardships and pain. And they cut all the threads. And you might be saying, Dane, I don't want all my threads cut. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, because no matter how pure the light is as it comes in, as time goes on, it starts to get corrupted. It starts to get corrupted with doubt. It starts to get corrupted with fear. So I would suggest you envisioning a flaming sword slicing through doubts and fears and apprehensions. If you're feeling really down, once a day. If you want to, once a month, once a week, whatever feels good for you. But just to cleanse that energy around you. If you work with energy a lot, or you are a highly creative person, I would highly recommend doing that once a day. It will keep you centered. It will keep you grounded, because that's what you need. Because now you are going on a fool's journey. You are starting, you are leaping. And here, he is walking off the cliff. So you might be saying, Dane, I don't want to walk off a cliff. I want to stay on firm ground. No, you have to leap to be able to find. Steve Harvey said, and I love this quote, he says, if you leap, you will fall. And I love the honesty of it, because it's true. If you leap, you will fall, Pisces. Let yourself fall. It's like a little kid learning how to walk and sit up. They tumble over. They tumble over, and you sit there and you're like, okay, pick yourself up, wipe away the tears, let's keep going, because you have to be able to learn how to do this. You have to be able to learn how to sit. You have to be able to learn how to walk. You can't just have people carry you around for the rest of your life. especially, and I'm not saying if you're not able to, but I'm saying if you are able to, you can't just sit there and be like, oh no, I don't want to. And so this is what Spirit is saying for you. Spirit is saying, yes, it will hurt. The falls will hurt. They will be jarring. They might even be scary, but they are needed. They are needed to get you to where it is that you want to be. And look at that. You're walking out onto the moon as it is falling. Well, yeah, it's because you have the sun here and you have the moon right here. So I really see, yes, the sun, you are walking in with this passion and this creativity, and your feet are walking into the unknown, into something that you are doubting, something that you are fearing. But do not let fear hold you back. Sit there and say, okay, I'm afraid. Own it. Own it. It's important. Say, I'm afraid, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm doing it anyway. And I'm not letting other people diminish the power of my dreams, my passion, and my truth. And then we have here the Five of Pentacles. You're going to need to walk away from someplace that is unwelcoming, someplace that is draining, someplace that isn't for you. And as you walk away, you have the Five of Pentacles. You then move to the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups, with this card, I always say with the Six of Cups, you're letting go of something negative from your childhood. But with this Six of Cups, I see you embracing the very positive of your childhood. But I'm also seeing you looking back at the time when you were young, and those happy moments, not the bad moments. Even if you only have a handful of happy moments, let that fill your heart. But also open your arms up to the child that you once were, and look at yourself with the same pride these grandparents are looking at the children. Or just these strangers are looking at the children at play. It's like, oh my gosh, I remember when life was that exciting. I remember when things were that fun. And just getting such tremendous joy from their happiness, from the children's happiness, from innocent happiness. And that's what you're doing here. And look at yourself. Look at who you once were. Look at you as a child, no matter how good or how bad your childhood was. And hold your arms open to yourself and say, I love you. And look at yourself with pride, and look how far we have come. Look how much that you, from that child to you as the adult, has overcome to get this far. And see yourself with love, because love is the key to this whole entire time for you. And it leads you to mysteries. It leads you to deeper knowledge. It leads you to a secret that was born when you were very, very small, that is now coming to the forefront, and you step towards it, you step within it. And this moves you to the Death card. Now the Death card here is, a bit intense. And this is a Scorpio energy, a dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new, a time frame of October 23rd to November 21st. And you are scything through, you are cutting through negativity, doubts, fears, and you are embracing the darkness. You are embracing the darkness of the moon, not as something scary, but as something all overwhelming. It's kind of like seeing the light of the sun, and it's like when you're out and the sun is super, super bright and you squint your eyes. You have to adjust to it. You have to adjust to the bright light. You might even put on sunglasses. Here with the moon, you have to adjust to the moon's light, to not being able to see as clearly, excuse me, for the grays being more prevalent. But here's the thing, the grays are where the world lives. Everything is not black and white, sun or moon. Everything is the in-between. All right? Black and white, I mean white page, black print, things very clearly written out. Here, there is a sense of deeper truth coming to you, and you are transformed by this deeper truth. This leads you to the King of Wands, passion, creativity, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius surrounding you. There is passion and creation that comes from this moon. It's fueled by the sun, but there is something that you are seeing, some fear that is being lifted from your shoulders that moves you forward towards what you desire, that has you riding the fish, that has you riding who you are. Because you are represented by the fish in the zodiac, two fish. So here, you are moving towards who you are and who you want to be. And you are embracing a profound truth. And this leads to the deeper knowledge being understood. This leads to a coming together of balance and truth and justice and prosperity of self. Right? So let's move now to the Moonology cards. I have the Queen of the Moon cards here, but let's move to the Moonology cards, these first. All right, and I'm going to do half Moonology cards, half Queen of the Moon. Right? upside down. There we go. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. How does January 2020's full moon affect Pisces? How does January's 2020 full moon affect Pisces? How does January's 2020 full moon affect Pisces? How does January's 2020 full moon affect Pisces? Show me clearly, 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 show me clearly. Fantastic. I'm just going to lay these out quietly. Ooh, that Scorpio is super powerful. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. How does the January full moon affect Pisces? How will 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 the January full moon affect Pisces? Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. All right. Well, that is exquisite. So at the heart of everything, you have this supermoon. And this says emotions run high. But we already know that from the new moon being in Aquarius, and the new moon is on January 24th, and the full moon being in Cancer, emotions run very, very high. And this has you turning inward. This has you looking at the inner flame, the inner light, and looking towards a deeper truth. So that is part of you. The part of your whole being during this moon is going to be seeking and discovering and finding your steps, finding your place, finding the way that you move forward, finding what you were born for, finding your truth and being guided by your truth. And this then leads you to abundance. It is abundance, it is prosperity, and it comes from sacred wisdom. Sacred, forgotten wisdom brings you abundance, prosperity, power, beauty. And as you embrace this abundance, this power, this beauty, you move to the new moon in Taurus, which says prosperity lies ahead. And doesn't it? Doesn't it with the sun? There is a sense of prosperity lasting generations, of prosperity moving you forward, of a sense of bounty coming around you and guiding you, the flames of the heart really guiding you forward, but also the flames of growing higher, of warmth, and it just gives shivers down my spine. It's just a sense of peace and of passion coming together. And then you have sovereignty. This moon has sovereignty over you. It has a great command over you. So be very, very mindful of its phases. Be very, very mindful of its faces during this time, during the change that you are embracing, because there is a sense of a passion around you, a sense of you moving forward, a sense of you gaining more from this moon than you really have ever imagined. This moon is profoundly powerful for you and profoundly influential. Also, no, you are going to have times, because I'm just looking at it, and a part of me is like, wow, when he jumps into that water again, he has the armor weighing him down. You might be weighed down very much by the emotions around you. So be very, very mindful of how deeply you invest yourself during this time, because emotional commitments, Pisces, mean a lot to you, all right? They will mean so much. So be contemplative about relationships. If you are getting into a relationship with somebody, you need to know that they are as invested in things as you are. If you're already in a relationship, then just know that you are going to be very passionately connected to your partner. But this is also saying that anything that you are doing, anything that especially involves involves the heart, is going to be amplified for you. It's going to be amplified for you by this moon. And then we have the North Nod. It says, step out of your comfort zone and leave the negative energy behind. It's stepping out of your comfort zone and saying, the negativity, it doesn't have the power over me it once did, because I do not live for you, I live for me. And as you embrace that, you move into balance, which helps you really embrace that North Nod even more by embracing the Fool and moving forward into your passion, moving forward into the day and the night of it all, moving forward, walking in mystery, being guided by the passion of your soul. This then leads to the new moon eclipse, which says expect powerful change as you leave behind. As you leave behind. I have a bit of the hiccups. All right. As you leave behind what is no longer right. As you leave behind a place where you feel severely unwelcomed, but yet you felt as if you needed them. Now it's time to move forward to what you truly need, to what you truly desire, and this is a release of fear. A release of fear, because if you see here, she is huddled in by fear, and then we have the Six of Cups, which is a sense of love and of bounty and of beauty being around you, and seeing that you are freed from the cage of fear to the endless possibilities of love. This moves you to abundance and balance being within your life. Then you have the full moon in Scorpio, and it says it is time to release negativity. And as you release negativity, you see the Death card, which is, of course, the Scorpio energy shining through again. So Scorpio energy, very, very powerful for you during this time. If you have it within your chart, that part of you is really going to be shining through. You are finding a dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new, a walking away from something that doesn't fit, and a moving towards your heart's truth and your heart's power. This leads to the void of darkness, being filled by the passion of your creation. So there is a void. There is the time that you step back, that you take out, when as you see things clearly, okay, you have this void come in, and it actually helps you embrace your passion, your creativity, what you want, what you're desiring. And as you do so, you move forward in the passion that your soul truly, truly wants. You move forward towards what you are wanting to create. During this time, your passion is going to take center stage, all right? The King of Wands is the actor upon the stage for me. Kings are actors upon the stage. Queens are directors behind the scenes. So here, your passion is taking center stage. It is moving you forward. It is calling to you. So even if you wanted to deny it, you won't be able to. Or if you do, you're going to feel really sad about things. You're going to feel out of sorts, out of alignment with yourself. So don't do that. This leads to sovereignty. This leads to a majesty of self and an abundance of soul. Now let's see what your spirit guide animal cards have to say. Show me clearly, 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 show me clearly. How will Pisces be affected by the January full moon? How will the January full moon affect Pisces? How will the January full moon affect Pisces? Show me clearly. 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 Fantastic. And it's the whale. It says, trust the great mysteries. Trust that the great mysteries, the forgotten powers, are coming forward for you, and that you are moving forward in a grace that is absolutely exquisite. And then your subconscious message for this is the koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. Please know, Pisces, no matter how hard the road gets, no matter how much of a flood of emotions or emotional information you get, because we are emotional beings and the heart rings true, all right? No matter how much comes at you, know that Spirit has a plan, and embrace this plan and walk forward in it. Walk forward in the truth. Walk forward in the power of your heart, your soul, and yourself, because this leads you to the subconscious message of the Moonology cards. which is right here. And this is the full moon in Sagittarius. And this says, look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. Step back. Take time out. Step back. Move forward towards a greater plan. A greater plan. Do not be myopic. There we go. Don't be myopic at this time. Because if you're only looking at the here and the now and what needs to be done and getting caught up in all the moments and frazzled by them, you're going to miss something beautiful. So make sure that you take time out to be calm, to be meditative, to move forward towards what you truly want. Your subconscious message from the Queen of the Moon cards is boundaries. You need to set healthy boundaries. You need to say, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do, and not run yourself ragged because of your heart being so big during this moon, and your heart just being so big anyway, Pisces. You are going to set unrealistic expectations on yourself, and you're going to take on everything, which is going to stop the beauty from growing around you because you're going to feel too overwhelmed. Then we move to the subconscious message for this whole entire reading, and it is the Ace of Cups. This is something you absolutely take with the sovereign energy of the King of Cups. Here, you take this cup, you grow to new heights, you jump in freedom, you see the beauty surrounding you, and you see yourself moving forward. And again, it looks very much like the time in the womb coming for you, not coming for you, that sounds ominous, but coming into your life and moving you towards what you greatly embrace and what you greatly desire. This is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of love, of healing, of joy. It can bring tears. It can have you feeling overwhelmed at times, but it is going to cleanse you, and it is going to move you forward towards a sacred truth. All right, Pisces, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you, and I love you all. Bye.